Bro, did you catch anything yet? I'm starving.
Oh, I think I got one.
The
Steering wheel, man. Sorry I'm not catching anything.
Let's go play Fishing Clash instead, the sponsor of today's video.
While I fall in the lake.
It's a way for people who love fishing to enjoy their favorite hobby right on their phone, no bait necessary.
No way.
Check it out, man. I'm down on the Florida coast. This is awesome. I can feel the warmth on my face. There's so many global fishing locations in this game. It's crazy, and you can even make your own fishing village.
That's sick.
Check it out. Oh, dude, I snagged one. Reel her in. It's a yellowtail snapper.
No way.
Man, now I'm hungry. Is it lunchtime yet? There's even a competitive gameplay option where you can go against other anglers and see how many big boys you can snag.
Really?
This is killer. Let me toss another line in. Oh, I got another one already.
What?
It's a black sea bass.
No way.
Yeah, this is way better than fishing out at the pond.
Absolutely.
I catch one every time. And my favorite part is being able to customize my rod and reel combo because you know we can't leave anything alone over here at Stay Tuned. New for 2024, Fishing Clash has become the sponsor of Major League Fishing. So some of the real actual tournament locations will be repeated in the game for the first time ever, and players can compete against each other to win in-game rewards. So click the link in the description below or use the QR code on screen to download Fishing Clash now. And if you use the promo code Stay Tuned, you'll get a $20 reward and a free avatar. It's really easy, just follow these 3 simple steps. And don't forget to join the Fishing Clash community and stay tuned on all the Fishing World updates. Okay, let's get back to building cars. Welcome back to Stay Tuned. I'm Tony Angelo, and today we are digging back into my dirt cheap supercharged Mercedes E55. If you're new around here, I picked this sucker up for the ridiculously low price of $3,500. It had a couple of codes from the flashing on the ECU and had 2 wheels about to fall off the back and kill me, but it was a screaming deal. I don't think there was a cheaper one anywhere in the country. So just to get this thing running properly, we threw in a new set of spark plugs, cleared the codes, and we were good to go. A fresh set of wheels and tires on this thing, and it was time to hit the track and see what it could do. So we took it immediately to Englishtown Raceway Park. It could burn the tires. I slid it all around a bunch, and I wanted to take it out and see what kind of 0 to 60 times it would do. And right at that point, it has a electronic clutch on the blower. It started disengaging, and we weren't getting any boost, and obviously our 0 to 60 times were abysmal compared to the stock times from this beast. So in a last minute sort of Hail Mary scumbag move, I just welded the clutch up, and it mostly worked, but it's time to do it right, and we're gonna put in a bunch of serious horsepower upgrades along the way. I'm stoked. This thing is killer. We call it the Schnellcat. Somebody DM that to me. It's my favorite. Schnell means fast in German, so it's like fast cat. Also, it rhymes with Hellcat. 10 out of 10 name. Incredible. Chef's kiss. Let's go. Cool. So we are going to install a bunch of horsepower the proper way this time, still keeping it as affordable as possible, but with real, properly designed parts from VRP, Victory Road Performance. We've got basically 3, we're going to call them system upgrades. We've got an intake, just 2 high flow filters with intake spacers. That's really affordable. This is to deal with the intake air temperatures. This is a supercharger. It is an air to water supercharger system. And this is the heat exchanger. We've obviously got this big mama upgraded unit plus a bigger pump. 1 million people said, you're an idiot for welding, which that's a different conversation. They said you shouldn't have welded that the pulley together there because it actually was functioning fine. The computer, when it senses the intake air temp is super high, will disengage the blower to cool everything down and put less stress on the motor. And one of the reasons that happens is because the stock intercooler pump, the heat exchanger pump, the intercooler coolant, does fail. So we've got that unit. It's a big old Bosch guy. It's going to not fail on us. It's going to move lots of coolant through that thing. A bigger reservoir and the big heat exchanger. So who's the idiot now, guys on the internet? Last but not least, this is the stuff that's really going to make power. I've got a belt wrap kit. Any kind of belt slip that you're going to see on the blower is going to lose you boost. So this is a belt wrap kit that even just by itself, they say, will give you 1 to 2 PSI at higher RPM. So that's horsepower lost, brought back. You recover that bad boy. And beyond that, the big thing is this, a 72 millimeter fixed pulley with an ECU upgrade that comes with it, a proper tune. And that's going to give us all of these things about 100 100 more horsepower in a car that already makes almost 500 horsepower. So I cannot wait to get this stuff on. It was still very affordable. We're in this about
$2 grand.
$2,000 for 100 horsepowers. That's a pretty good deal. I can't do that math, but it's like $5 a horsepower. Let's go! Okay, so the size of a pulley on the front of a blower will dictate how fast it spins relative to the size of the crankshaft pulley. But generally, the bigger the crankshaft or the smaller the blower pulley, the faster it's going to spin, the more boost, the more fun everybody has, the more chest hair you grow, everything's better.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to yank this one off and put on a 72 millimeter pulley. This one is a lot bigger than that. Also, I welded it and it works. It's kind of gross.
It worked good.
Yeah, Tyler and Barb are here to...
I don't think I need any more chest hair though, so I'll have to stay out of it.
Yeah, you don't need any more chest hair. That's
I'll
for
have to
sure.
stay out of this one. Yeah.
This is definitely how they do it.
Wait, did you just move it though?
I don't know.
I think you got it there.
I hit it a lot of times. It was pretty fun. Get just a hood light or something.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, let's listen to the comments. The hood
Hey,
light
idiots! Put it in service mode. That's
there.
it.
Push it.
Push this button.
Push the thing.
Push in here, Barb.
He's trying. It's frozen.
Try pushing hard with your fingers. Try being stronger in your hands.
You try being strong.
I mean, mine's moving fine. I'm not going over there. I feel like I've only got, I got nothing.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you all right?
Yeah, kind of.
That's what you get for being 6'2". It's your own fault right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's much better.
Already mode.
All right,
No
that
blood,
actually,
right?
that
Didn't
actually
draw
does
blood.
roll. Yeah.
How much light there is now.
Cool. All right. So one of the reasons you shouldn't weld these together, besides the fact that you're going to force feed maybe overheated air into your motor, is that you can no longer disassemble it. So I'm going to come back through here and grind these off because it comes off in 2 pieces, except that ours is now 1 piece. One too many. Pretty good welds. I think.
Use your muscles. Yeah. Click.
So,
Ow. That's all right. We got it. With a little bit of meat action. Some skin. Get that off.
Good?
Yeah. Did that? Oh. I don't think it broke. I think we're good. Got a little worried.
All right, we got the pulley off and we're gonna call it a night. It's actually pretty late here. We're gonna come back with a 3-jaw puller, gonna pull this apart and yank the other half of this pulley off and get our fixed pulley on there in the morning. Let's go. Whew. All right, it's a whole new day here. The pizza has just arrived, so before we start digging into the Benz, we're gonna dig into these beauties. That's a vodka sauce, basil, smoked provolone from Tornetta's in Pottstown, PA, and this is just a beautiful pepperoni beast right there. As you know, stay tuned. We call it like a pizza team with a racing problem. We have a donate a pizza button. If you want to buy us some pie, you can do that. We have a membership thing where we just send you a couple extra videos every month and some discounts on shirts. There's a link for that in the description. Or you can just keep watching along and having fun and commenting like everybody else. So we appreciate absolutely every one of you. I'm going to smash this pie in my face and we're going to get that pulley off of that Mercedes Benz. Let's do it. The new plan to take the supercharger pulley off is that I'm going to pull this upper radiator mount off. Already started messing with it. Get this out of the way, get the fan out of the way, and just use a regular 3-jaw puller on this thing and pop it off the snout of the supercharger. And then we can look at getting that new fixed pulley on there. Barb's dad, not only did he bring us pizza, he's installing the intake system kit, which is a few half-inch spacers that go all the way around to make a box that lifts the lid off of the cover of that factory intake spacer and just lets more room for air to make a nice turn in there. And it gives you apparently quite a bit of horsepower. So he'll be doing that. We'll be doing this. I'm gonna get the bumper off. We're gonna start just attacking the whole front end of this thing. But step 1, radiator cover off. we've got the front end blown off of this thing. I'm gonna now attempt to actually extract the back half of the pulley with this 3-jaw puller. I think we've got decent grab on them.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, it's what I would call pretty tight already.
Come on, use that dad strength.
I'm not going hard. I'm worried about it coming at my face here. I'm just worried if we're grabbing part of the housing or if we're actually on the proper lip where we're supposed to be. Is that the same centerpiece?
No, they're different. See, this is wider. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, we can try it. What is Kuntz's look like? Yeah, see, his teeth aren't as deep.
That might be.
These might fit a little happier.
You need the camera guy to come show you how to do it?
Yeah, probably. He's busy doing stuff. When I need somebody to show me how to go fishing, I'll call up Kuntz. I used a lug nut in the front here to make like a little centering piece. The lip of this puller, the fingers of the puller don't go in as deep. I think they're gonna just grab the part we need and hopefully start pulling this thing off. I feel like it hasn't really given up the ghost yet.
It's gonna send it to the moon.
Right? Yeah, that's how I feel.
Stand back.
I tell you, I'm putting some force on here.
I know I can tell you put your weight behind it.
Oh, it's mangling this pulley. It's what we've done so far.
Oh, you're like.
We have to grab this back piece. All right, we're back to our smaller pulley, just yanking on the outside of this thing. We looked at the internet. They say to put a bunch of tension on this outer ring, come in hot. This is actually 2 pieces on the snout. The inside is what's staying. This outer hunk of metal has to go. So we're gonna try to warm that up. And apparently, if it's under a bunch of tension and you blast it with a bunch of heat, you'll hear a nice boop. That sucker will release, nice pop, pop, and it'll go from there. That feels like some tension. Let's try it.
Closer. Get hot and fast.
That's how I like my pizza.
There you go. Tighten it. Tighten it.
Crank that baby.
Use the ratchet.
Okay. Here.
The heat goes the wrong way, huh?
Yeah, that worked. Whew, the internet is undefeated. There she goes.
Here we go. Watch your hands.
That's a workout.
God, my heart racing.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Nice. All right, so now we're gonna put on probably the most important piece of this build, this 72 millimeter fixed pulley from VRP. It's held in place by 2 pins. They help deliver that torque.
Go.
And Barb's dad thinks he's gonna hold these suckers in while I line it up.
Yeah, just go.
But they don't, there's not even enough groove for them. They don't fit through the back. They won't go through the back. They gotta be
have to
hammered,
go
they
through
gotta,
the
they gotta hammer it in from the front.
Okay.
I toss this thing in the toaster oven. See what it does. It's mostly full of pizza, but
How many slices are you putting in on?
like 2 slices worth. I'll put it on 250 for a couple minutes and pull it out. I'm gonna put a glove on and see if I can slide it on. All right, hot potato here, 72 millimeter pulley. You can see how much dramatically smaller it is, so it's gonna give us a ton more boost. Now we're gonna eyeball it up, try to slide it on. It's pretty close.
Ooh, yeah, nice. Nice.
That looks to be good. All right, I'm gonna put on their fancy titanium bolt and washer combos. This is the best looking part of the whole kit. It's got Loctite 680 on there. Make sure you're on the pins, yeah. So yeah. 76. Or 1776 for all the freedom we're gonna put in this thing. Good? Yep. That'll do it.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's gonna be good.
Nice job.
All right, so it actually takes quite a bit of power to spin one of these blowers, and because of that, it's really easy for the belts to slip. Now, Mercedes already has given the blower its own drive, which means it's not on the accessory drive with the rest of them. It's just an idler, a tensioner, the crank pulley, and the blower. And it's also 8 rib, which is like as gnarly as like the supercharged GM stuff is, which is also awesome. But we're gonna go even one step further and add a second idler to get more wrap. The more the belt wraps around this pulley, the less likely it is to slip. So if you just do this belt wrap kit on a stock car, you're gonna pick up a bunch of horsepower up top where it's slipping. So we're just gonna get rid of as much slip as we can and get this belt to be fully connected to this thing. What you gotta do is on the factory idler, which looks like it's been replaced pretty recently.
I was just gonna say, is that stock? It's shiny.
It's nice, but it's just a stocker. Take this off, put on the longer bolt and a spacer. All right, we're gonna take the tension off the accessory belt. We'll get this sucker done. There we go. It's a coarse thread, boy. It's just coarse, dirty threads and aluminum. Yeah, okay. I'll keep that together before I lose it. Okay, so now it's just this bolt with this spacer. It's gonna make this brace work. Have it up. All right, we're dialed on that. Nice and easy. Snug that on. Actually, I think I let this hang now. Then this unused pulley mount is gonna get used in a second. Yeah, I'm gonna put this idler bridge in, but you have to take out the lower water pump bolt. Tyler's doing that now.
Water outlet bolt, or is that the whole pump?
That's just the water neck, excuse me. You know what I'm saying. You know what I meant.
I know. But then again, I'm like, maybe it is.
A great way to support Stay Tuned and Look Fresh is to grab some of our merch. There's a link right here and one in the description. We've got our We're Gonna Lose the Shop shirt, the original Stay Tuned, Angelo's Garage Gym, our Stay Tuned trucker hats, and we've now got our Down and Dirty design, which is one of our favorites in a long sleeve t-shirt in garnet red and black. Reach out and grab one. And if you're on the Stay Tuned Pizza Squad premium membership level, you get a sweet 20% discount. So get over there and get some gear on. And we appreciate you guys like crazy. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm gonna come in here with this little bridge.
Oh, they give you a new one? Cool.
Yeah. Again, same thing.
Besides that.
All right, so you want this whole thing braced up nice and stiff. That's what this bracket is here. There's gonna be an idler here and an idler here for a ton of wrap around this pulley. And to get the second bolt into this little bracket that's gonna mount this new idler, I have to get this 10mm bolt in there, but it's not going in. This is an previously unused hole. Might be for like a non-supercharged application. It does have the machining to be, it looks just like this, so it's probably for a pulley for a non-supercharged car. So I'm just gonna run a 10 1 and 5 tap through it with some grease on it. Yeah, it's just full of grime. That's nothing serious. See if you can run that in now.
That thing's sprinting in there.
All right, tighten both of those up for real.
What size is that? 15? Alrighty. Get some pulleys on there now.
So first idler pulley's going on. It has this little machine standoff. This is pretty standard for any idler pulley in the universe, and a flat spacer on the front side. It's gonna live right there. Should probably put that through there. Make the final sandwich. Oop. Arf. Forbidden sandwich, let's go. Bring in, this is the final. Again, you see how these idlers are gonna be right on top of each other because the belt's gonna wrap right around that that blower, just to keep it nice and tight.
Guten tight.
Yeah. Guten tight. I like this. It's like a stunt guy. Get in there, tighten her up, Tyler. Get in there, bud.
Tag me in.
Pow. It's
ready.
like a pit crew. We're gonna run our Gates Fleet Runner belt that came from VRP. I got the green one because I like to keep it flossy here. We're gonna try to, I guess, sneak it up in here. Can you get a 17 on here and give me some space there? Update, you can't put the belt on with this completely covered pulley, so I'm gonna loosen this up, throw it over top of that thing, and then we'll tighten them all down. So I'm just gonna drop the belt around this thing, under here. I should be able to run it down around the crankshaft. You got more? That's, there, let go. Not far. Well, let me tighten it up first and see how it looks. We're gonna get a little more. All right. There she is, wrapped and ready to rock. All right, we're all buttoned up on the supercharger, pulley, and wrap kit. It's time to now work on intake air temps and making them cooler. Air is more dense, more horsepower, make it better. We are gonna now swap out a replacement Bosch pump for the intercooler pump. It's an air-to-water system. There are two intercooler bricks in here that have coolant running through them. There's a pump, there's a heat exchanger that turns that hot coolant into cool coolant, gets pumped back in, and it cools the charge down. There's a couple drawbacks of the Mercedes system. Number one, it shares coolant with the engine, so it's always gonna be pretty hot. It's never gonna get fully dialed all the way down like it could be. So we're gonna add its own reservoir to this system. We're gonna basically divert it off of the engine coolant. We'll delete that. We're gonna install a huge VRP heat exchanger. This will just have better resistance to heat soak and obviously flow and cool a little bit better. And just in case our pump is wrecked, we're gonna put a new Bosch one in. I believe it is the same pump that's in there now. Yeah, hopefully it's wrecked. It's the funny thing that happens when you get parts. You hope your stuff's not wrecked, and then when you buy parts, you hope it is wrecked, so it makes it better. Yeah, you're like, oh man, I hope that thing hangs on. And then the second you buy a new one, you're like, I hope that thing's wrecked, so it gets better when I put the new one in. So you can see right here, right off the radiator, there's a T, and that's what's currently delivering coolant to the system. We're gonna just yank it off as quick as we can, put a cap on it, and start to mount our own reservoir.
I love tea. Yeah, where were they? Dang. It's money right there.
If you saw that, that was slick. Give me that cap. Woo! Yes!
Money.
I feel like I just delivered a baby.
So we just capped off the T. Now we're installing the hose that comes up from where the T went into and then up to eventually our reservoir. So.
Good, it's good in there. Fresh. All right, it's time to yank out the stock heat exchanger and the pump. There's a bunch of plastic in here. It's definitely,
Ooh, your fuel economy just went down.
I shut it. It's fine.
It's gonna overheat now, even with all these mods. Oh, it's not tea, it's Kool-Aid.
This is Ecto Cooler,
Gatorade or
dog.
something.
That's before your time. I know coolant's bad for dogs and stuff, but it does look delicious. I get it.
I get it too. Supposedly tastes delicious.
Smells
too.
good.
That's why you can get people with it.
Put that in a big old cup with half an orange slice and a little umbrella. I drink it. So careful out there. Call it Aqua Velva. I'll buy it. Why not? Now there's a rusty transmission line here, so let's put the new one in quick so I don't have to look at it anymore.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's real gross. Once the transmission explodes, we'll fix that line, because that's gonna happen at some point. I don't think this old NAG is long for this world. What's gonna go first, the line or the transmission? We'll find out.
Time will tell.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Hey, that's this channel.
You did the thing.
All right. Want to yank that pump?
Pump. Yeah, what's that? Clipped in by 10 millimeter? Yep.
Yeah, German magic is what it is.
German magic. I'm just listening to the bats, I guess.
Yeah, they're up there.
I haven't seen them yet, though, but they're up there.
You break it?
No.
Nice job.
Watch yourself, Mike.
Don't drink it. Don't do it. No. Don't do it.
What did you say?
Impulsive thoughts win.
Yeah.
It's on there. Whew. All right. I got the little insulator. Going to change it over to our new pump. And it's going to go like this. Like a glove. Clip, clip. Mercedes, if you're hiring.
Yeah, find somebody else.
Don't hit me up.
Yeah, lose my number. Knock this down. Oh yeah.
Not happening. Ooh, yeah.
Let me hit it with a little weasel whiz. Our
Luckily, if that bolt breaks.
Pauly Shore's finest. You see
bolt.
that eyeball? Precision. Punch me right in the chin.
Might have to.
Go ahead. Hit it. Ah!
Oh, that feels a little better.
Again.
Hell yeah.
All right. I'm coming up.
In theory.
I think she just falls right in here, right?
In theory.
Let's see. Not quite. Well, get it on there. How much wiggle room you think about this thing?
Wire. Will they thread out?
The heat exchanger bolts right through the bumper bolts. Our bumper might be ever so slightly tweaked, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of massage here. Just knocking the powder coating off or whatever. I don't think our car is very straight, so. There you go. Hit it.
Hit it. Good.
Look at that. Beautiful. That thing means business. Want this?
Sure.
You don't need this. In the juice.
I thought you had it.
Me? Nice. Boom. Business. Beauty. Heat exchanger installed, pump installed. We're rocking and rolling. The Schnellcat's about to live. The Schnellcat's about to be reignited with some serious power. This thing should be pretty wild.
This thing's gonna fly.
It's gonna
If it can
fly.
hold up to the power, it will fly.
Now I'm putting the fan back in. We yanked it out earlier. Kind of squirrels in here.
Should we start off with that side?
I got it.
You got it.
There it goes. And now it can go in the grooves, I think. All right. And there's top tabs. I think they're both broken. Yep. Oh no, there's a clip that goes here. I got that. This I know. Boom.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna clip the giant wire in here. I gotta figure out. That'll go on, and then we're gonna mount our reservoir on it. So bring it in and let's at least kind of ballpark where it goes. So that goes there. This goes down. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got to figure out how to mount this reservoir in a way that makes sense. All right, so I'm trying to find a place to put this reservoir. I want to cut it, so we're going to get rid of that hose for now. I think that's doable.
Oh, right there. Look at that. Perfect.
Even that, maybe. Let me measure those holes. All right, so we like it here. Cool. Okay, drill a hole there. So it looks like it has to go underneath that panel, so we're going to use what are called the riv nuts. These are some of my favorite toys of all time.
I like my fingers.
Perfect. So the way these work, get yourself a little tool like this. It's a specific riv nut tool. This is a riv nut. It works like a rivet. It goes through a piece of metal, gets installed, which means it gets pulled out, widened, and just leaves you with a nice little nut that doesn't turn, it doesn't spin, and you can use over and over and over. Just like that. Got it? Hold it tight. That's it. Okay.
Money.
All right, let me go get some quarter 20s. All right, let's hope the hood fits. Go ahead.
Got it.
We're wrapping up tonight. We've got the wrap kit on there. The 72 millimeter fixed pulley is on the supercharger. We've got the new pump, the bigger heat exchanger for the intercooler, and the new reservoir. We are rocking and rolling. In the morning, I'm gonna come back, fill this sucker up. I'll probably wire the pump to run full time whenever the key is on, and put that intake on, take the sucker out and see what it can do. I'm very excited. We'll probably put the bumper on. We'll see how we're feeling. It's time now to fill up the reservoir and the pump and the heat exchanger and the bricks that are actually the intercoolers in this car. So I'm gonna raise it up a little bit. We're gonna run a little bit of coolant, a bunch of water, and Luca's cool down should be the most effective way to keep this thing cool. Just a little bit of coolant in there to keep it from freezing, because this is Pennsylvania and you always forget, and it'll be 5 months from now and we'll be like, oh, the intercooler is cracked. So don't do that. Okay, so I've got ground running to this thing, and now I'll just run the power. Hear it running. Now she's happy. So this is controlled by the computer currently. We're gonna wire it up so that anytime the ignition is on, it's just running. But because of that, it doesn't have ground or power right now with the key off, because I'm sure that the ECU gives it ground when it sees the ITs are high enough to use this thing. So a little bit complicated how to run both the wires, but no big deal. Now I can do this easily. Let's bring it down, check the reservoir, get rid of all the bubbles, and take the sucker out. We put a fresh set of Falcon tires on the back, 265 40 18s. We do our best to give them quite a bit of endurance testing, if you know what I mean. Cool. We're gonna crack the inlet line of the pump, and I'm gonna run it, and we're gonna get some fluid in there and bubbles out. Good?
So you don't even have to run it yet.
Yeah, gravity's
like
gonna do that work
this.
for us, huh?
See, it's already running out.
Yeah.
All right, should be good. All the air came out already. Go ahead. There you go. And I already sucked this dry. Hit it again. Okay, got a bubble. Yeah, it's sending the bubbles up.
All right, so I'm gonna just throw this pump back in. We're gonna put the bumper on. We've got a tuned ECU going in from VRP. and then we're gonna hit the streets in this sucker.
That's good.
Let's go! Now, here is the tune computer from VRP. I'm gonna toss that in. Barb's dad put the high flow filters and intake spacers together for us. Barb is gonna throw that in and we will get this thing fired up, see just how it sounds and just how much power it's finally making. Good, I'm gonna fire this thing up for the first time. We managed to get the engine covers back on there. It looks pretty stealth. I think we're gonna stick with that for a minute. But I just wanna see how it sounds. Get her fired up. So this is boost up, better intercooler system, better wrap, full-time supercharger with the right tune on it. Hopefully close to 600 Mercedes Benz horsepower. All right. Stuff's falling out. Ha ha ha! Woo! It sounds insane. This thing sounds... Wow, there's some tune in there, boy.
Oh yeah.
All right, so that rear suspension pump up and take the sucker out and see what it does. Sounds outrageous. Wow. We are out in the Benz. I just filled it up with gas. I managed to not stomp on the accelerator because it was nearly out of gas. And I don't want to hurt this thing anymore. It sounds insane. You can rev it up now in neutral, which you couldn't do before. The tune unlocked all that from VRP. I think it hopefully improved the shifting too, because it was a little bit lazy. But we're gonna find out in a second. We're gonna pick up Tyler and see what this sucker can do on some good old Mexico back roads.
Yeah.
That's right. That's where we'll be. All right. So far I've given it 1% throttle, and it is just taking off like a bat out of hell. I breathed on it there. I'm afraid. I'm not afraid of it, but I'm like, it's gonna be a lot. I feel like it's gonna be a lot. Just gonna ease it in there. One little jump though.
Yep. Hold on to your butt.
She's got a little pep.
Let's hold it in the gears longer too.
Seems like it. Yeah, let's see what it does. Let's look at our boy Tyler and just see what it does. Okay, so we picked up Tyler, dragged him out of his real job for a long lunch break. We're gonna see what this sucker can do. We are out here in some beautiful farm roads in, central Mexico. Woo-hoo. Obviously. This thing is getting it.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yes, she is doing the thing. The crazy thing about this car has an open diff, so it is like torque vectoring. I think it's like maybe squeezing one down or whatever it is. When one starts spinning, it slows it down. Anyway, it tries to get the power to the other wheel or both of them. Here's what I know. This thing is jamming. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna get out of some open road. We're gonna see what it does.
Nothing to see here.
These Falcon tires are doing their jobs. They're trying hard. Got her in. I'm gonna just knock her down and put her down in the first and see what it does. Ready?
Yep.
Ready, Tyler?
I'm ready.
Wow, we are going 35. That is incredible. The instant punch, dude. It seems to run smoother too than it did.
Way smoother.
It's happy. So it's happy now.
Real happy.
It feels more. I was like, oh man, we're gonna put these mod parts on. It's gonna feel rough and rowdy around the edges. It feels better.
Way better.
Does, yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's
This thing's reserved.
wow. Woo-hoo. freight train. Yeah. This thing is killer. Our Benz is ripping. It feels like way more responsive. Again, smoother and happier too at the same time.
It hated that clutch.
It did.
It was like, screw that.
Yeah.
Blower
Like, have it all
clutches.
the time. Wants to eat.
Yeah, let this sucker go.
Oh. Jesus.
It's really happy. This thing, it is really good. It feels really solid, and I somehow making more power with more mods. It seems to be smoother and like less under stress, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
This thing is a freight train. I know for sure why people run across. They do the cannonball runs in these things.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, imagine
we're
doing-
going 55 now, legitimately. It feels like I could get out and walk. It feels.
Yeah.
My brain's like, oh, this is like 11. You could probably,
ride this thing, yeah.
If you pulled up this speed to a toll booth, you could probably grab the ticket. When I'm going like 58 miles an hour, because it's so smooth and it's so clean.
Yeah, it's buttery.
It's just made to rip. If you don't have turnpikes where you're from, we have little tickets that stick out. A lot of people have Easy Pass now, but they stick out. And if you're any kind of a doofus like I am, you would see how fast you could grab the ticket while you're rolling by. I would be like, grab it.
That's awesome.
Get it up to about 8 miles an hour, you could grab that thing. But if you miss it, and there's people behind you, it is the worst walk of shame of your life to have to stop 10 feet out, get out of your car, walk back, and pull it out. Or if you rip it in half. Oh my God. You gotta be like, I'm an idiot. I tried to grab it and I ripped it. I wanted to get some track times, but it's raining now, so we'll have to save that for later. Let's see if this sucker will do a burnout. So that is it for this episode of Stay Tuned. Our dirt cheap Mercedes has picked up 100 cheap horsepower, and it's better than ever. It runs better, it's smoother, it runs cooler. It's an absolute animal. I really love this thing. I know I said I would buy it to sell it, and that's gonna be a tough, tough day. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to go download Fishing Clash now and go catch yourself a whopper.